right here again, Bennerley Viaduct. It's a beautiful day, sun's out. It's been raining like crazy last night, so it's a bit wet everywhere. Just to give you a bit of an idea of the wind, it's just picked up a little bit. When I got here, that was dead still, weren't moving at all. So it's just picked up. And it's just been spotting with rain a bit, so I'm just a bit worried about that. Some big black clouds up there. We're going to take this Hubsan out first. Take the Hubsan out. See if we can get her out there. It's about 300 metres, just under 300 metres out there. So, see how she goes. And then we'll take the SJRC S30W out there. See how that gets on. Okay. So I launched this little Hubsan H502c and I climbed to about 15 metres and I just hold it there. You can see the wind just slightly pitching it over a little bit. I hold it there, make sure the GPS is locked on, make sure it's not toilet bowling or anything like that. And then I press on and push forward. And I'm aiming out towards the viaduct now. Just climbing a little bit to about 18 metres here. The viaduct is about 60 feet, so it's roughly about 18-20 metres, so I've got to climb above that. Probably about 120 metres out here so far. I just stop, just check my position. I've still got a good line of sight. I'm just checking it's stable and everything, checking the GPS is locked on. Everything's looking fine, looking good. I can still see it, so I'll push on a little bit further. You see that road to the right there, that little car park, sort of tarmac area. The end of that, I've checked on Google Maps, is about 200 metres, so I know this range of this particular drone is it says about 200 metres. There's no Wi-Fi interference around here. I've got good line of sight, so there shouldn't be any interference. I should get to the end of that car park anyway. So I'm just checking everything's okay, just taking it in stages, checking the battery. I've got enough battery to get home. Checking the flight time as well, that's important. I've got about 8.5 minutes flight time, so as it starts getting towards 4 minutes, I need to start coming back. I want to give myself a bit of a safety margin. It's really wet down there. There's lots of ponds, quite big ponds, and I really don't want this drone to fall out of the sky and end up in one of them ponds. So I'm making sure I'm just keeping to the right of that wet area there. So if it does go down, I'm not going to lose it in a puddle or something. So I'm pressing on. I'm almost getting level with the end of that car park. It's just on the right of the screen there, right. It's really stable, it's holding position well. I'm in low speed rates, so it's a lot more stable in that speed rate. Just checking the display on the controller again, it's giving me the information, how high I am. I look round, I'm level with that car park, the end of that car park there, look. I just take a look round. I can still see the drone, but I can't really tell what orientation I'm in it, but apart from a heading. So I must check the heading here, and I do a return to home anyway. I think that's enough. It was just a test, really. Test that was alright for getting out there 200 metres. So it literally flies. It really does. It does move on the way back. When you press that return to home, it gets its head down, and it's pretty fast actually. So we get back really quick. I'm probably only about 4.5, 5 minutes into the flight time, so I had plenty of flight time left. I just didn't want to, this particular day I didn't want to push it too far. The wind was taking me out to the Viaduct, so I didn't want to, if I lost range, I didn't want to lose my drone basically. So it has a little bit of a mad toilet bowl session here as I'm coming down. And it sometimes does that after, especially if you're on high speed rates and you're moving around pretty quick, and then you come to a stop, the GPS has a little bit of a moment, and it just takes a few seconds to recalibrate where it actually is. So as you can see, it's just gone a bit wild here, toilet bowling a bit. So I'm trying to climb altitude, and I've still got control of it. I'm just trying to move it out of this position it's in, and just trying to settle it down a bit. It settles down here, look. So I'm flying into the wind at this point. I always hand catch it. I don't like landing it in the dirt and stuff, and you get a lot of grit in the gears, and I tend to hand catch it when I land it, and just launch it off a box or something. That's probably best. And then it's never actually touching the dirt. Because even if you land on grass and things, you get a lot of. I've actually pulled blades of grass out the gears, so they're not good tangled up in the gears. And any little obstruction like that, any grit or any debris in the gears, it's just going to create extra friction, and that's what burns your motors out on these. I'm still on the original motors actually, and it's doing really well. I know a lot of people say these brush motors don't last very long, but I've had plenty of flights out of it. Well over 30, 40 flights, something like that. I don't see any reason why they won't last a lot longer than that. It's having another little toilet bowl session here, look. It's usually well behaved, this drone. It's usually really good. But what I don't want it to do is have one of these mad toilet bowl sessions when it's right out there near the Viaduct and I can't see it. So this today was just a test session, just to make sure I can get out 200 metres. And next time I'm going to push it for the actual Viaduct, get 300 metres. I've got to make sure I'm well above the Viaduct. So I'll be climbing to about 25, 30 metres, making sure I clear it. So stick with this, and hopefully in the next video you'll see me fly out to the Viaduct next time. I just want conditions to be really good, really calm day, and I want the wind sort of blowing towards me from the Viaduct, ideally if there is a little breeze, so that if I do go out of range, my drone's going to come back towards me. In theory, if it loses range, it should return to home, but I've not tested that yet, but it should return to home. So this is it coming down, and I've hand caught it there. And that's about it. That's the end of the flight. So thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you enjoyed it. And be a few more videos testing out this little Hubsan. This is my favourite drone so far. I've learnt a lot while I've been flying this, and I can thoroughly recommend it. It's a really good introduction into flying quadcopters. It's really stable, the GPS is fantastic, excellent flight time. It's just a brilliant little quadcopter, and I have a lot of fun flying it, to be fair. I really do. Really enjoying it. So thanks for watching anyway. Bye bye for now.